Hey everyone, and welcome back to another breaking news update. My name is Jimmy Boyd, and you were watching Boyd News. I want to thank you so much for tuning in today. I've got a breaking news report coming out from Ukraine, and today I have very big news to share with you regarding long range strikes on Russia. Apparently, during a meeting today of the staff of the Supreme Commander in Chief, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy instructed the military to expand its reach of targets inside of Russia, indicating they are preparing major deep strike missions possibly deeper than what we have seen in the past. I've got a new story to share with you here on your screen. Zelensky orders the expansion of Ukrainian long range weapons use. Volodymyr Zelensky tasked the military to widen target areas with Ukrainian long range weapons. Main focus will be to hit Russian oil refineries harder and secure more defense contracts. So, this is a picture that's coming out here on your screen, being passed around widely on social media today. And this kind of shows the range of recent attacks inside of Russia that Ukraine has carried out, sometimes upwards of 6,000 kilometers. I think that was closer to Vladivostok, where Ukraine allegedly carried out some sort of sabotage operation. But apparently, just with drones alone, they have struck anywhere from 2,000 kilometers or deeper into Russia. We have seen this in the past, and it makes me wonder if they're talking about missiles here, because we know that this is a major step for Ukraine right now. They want long range missiles that can strike targets deep inside of Russia, destroy, for example, the Yelabuga drone production plant located in the Republic of Tatarstan. That's well within range, and a lot of the missiles that they have currently could strike those facilities. So I wonder if Ukraine is going to use some of their own capabilities that we know they have right now to start going after deeper facilities much further than what we've seen in the past, where usually we see anywhere from like 1,000, at the most maybe 2,000 kilometers deep into Russia with drones. I think we're going to see that with missiles now. So I want to talk more about this, what Zelensky's ordering here, and what type of strikes we might be seeing Ukraine carrying out here, possibly with missiles in the near future. So we're going to jump on over to a mainstream news report with Ukrainska Pravda. This is directly out of Ukraine. It says Zelensky orders expansion of strikes deeper into Russia. This is coming out today on October 27th, 2025. You can see the date there. And it says during a meeting of the staff of the Supreme Commander in Chief, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has instructed the military to increase the range of Ukrainian long range weapons to territory deep inside Russia. The source was going to be Zelensky on X on Twitter. It says the details here. Zelensky said that he had just held a meeting, the main topic of which was Ukraine's capabilities for long range sanctions against Russia. The meeting was attended by weapons manufacturers as well as everyone responsible for their use. And it says, quote, "We reviewed the effectiveness of our long-range strikes over a defined period and the results achieved. Russian oil refining is already paying a tangible price for the war and will pay even more. We set tasks to expand the geography for the use of our long-range capabilities." So note that he talks about the oil refineries inside Russia. We know that a good majority of them closer to Ukraine have already been struck, if not destroyed in many cases. We also heard reports that roughly about 50% or more of Russia's oil refining capabilities have already been struck at least one time by Ukrainian drones, and many of these facilities come under attack almost on a weekly basis, right? So there's a lot more facilities that are much deeper into Russia that Ukraine could start striking, and I think that's what they're trying to do. As he's talking about Russia's oil refining capacity, I think they want to go after more oil refineries that are much deeper. This is where they might need to utilize missiles to do that. It also says here, Zelensky said that work is currently underway with manufacturers on long-term contracts, as a 3-year term also allows manufacturers, to better plan the use of necessary resources and scale up supplies to the military. Zelensky promised that the number of such contracts would increase. He also said that there were reports of the staff meeting about Russian strikes against Ukrainian infrastructure and energy facilities. And it says, quote, "We identified new defense needs and tasks for cooperation with partners in order to secure specific air defense supplies. Our partners have the necessary systems, and it is important for Ukrainian diplomacy to be more active in preparing relevant decisions." So that's another issue inside of Ukraine right now, right? And it kind of makes it appear as if maybe Ukraine could be on borrowed time at some points, right? Because we know that the Russians are heavily attacking Ukraine's energy sector right now. A lot of different areas of Ukraine are without power. I saw some reports out of the company called Ukrenergo, if I'm saying that right. It's a major energy company inside of Ukraine. They were talking about rolling blackouts inside of Ukrainian cities already. So there is a lot of energy problems inside of Ukraine due to their energy sites being attacked by Russian missiles and drones consistently for the past few weeks. So that's a big problem for them. And I think in order for them to force an end to this war and to do it quickly, that's why they want these long range capabilities with these missiles. And I think that's what's coming next. I mean, we know Ukraine's got their Flamingo missile, 3,000-kilometer range on that. So that's a cruise missile with a very heavy warhead. I think it's about 1,100-kilogram warhead that could be used to strike major defense plants inside of Russia. They've got their Sapsan ballistic missile. I think that thing's got anywhere from 3 to 500 kilometers range. And then they've also got even the Neptune missile. That's a cruise missile that they do have a longer range version of that, about 1,000-kilometer range. So, I mean, Ukraine does have their own capabilities to strike inside of Russia without the help, for example, with the United States, where Trump was recently saying they were going to give Tomahawks over to Ukraine. But in my opinion, I think that's highly unlikely at this time, but we never know. Maybe out of nowhere they could start receiving them. But what we do know right now is the Ukrainians are preparing for long range strikes inside of Russia, and something that I've mentioned many times before. The longer this war continues on, the stronger Ukraine becomes in the background. That's where very soon I think they're going to have their own missiles at some point where they can launch major strikes into Russia, hopefully put an end to this war. We'll see what happens. But guys, I want to thank you so much for tuning in for this update. Let me know what you think about all these details down below in the comment section. But that's going to be it for today's update. If you got something out of this, please smash that like button. Also, if you enjoyed my content, please consider subscribing down below. Hit the notification bell, that way YouTube can notify you. And with that, hope you all have a great day. Everybody take care and God bless, and we'll see you in the next one.